Introduction. I think that water balloon launcher building could be a career option for me because it has been a lot of fun building our second launcher and seeing it launch water balloons into the air. The first launcher we made as a group did not perform as we had wanted. We took the flaws and formed ideas from the first launcher and improved them on the second project. The second launcher paid off even though we weren't able to hit David. I feel that I did, learned, and questioned a lot more having the experience from the first project and applying it to the second one.
What I did.
This past week with the performance day, there were some things we did. Last Tuesday, of course, was the performance day, so we took our shots at David. Outside of class that day, I prepared for the interview with David by updating my e-port and learning journal, as well as studying things I wrote in my journal. In class on Thursday, I had my interview with David. Outside of class over the weekend, I looked up information about ethanol for the debate coming up.
What I learned.
I learned some things along the way as this past week has gone by. I learned on Tuesday in class that our group should have done better with practicing with the conditions we would have on performance day. I learned outside of class that day that our TIM for Project 2 is better than the first, but there is still much to improve on. Thursday's class helped me learn that since the mass of the launcher is much greater than that of the water balloon was the thing that flew when the force of the launcher was applied on the balloon. Outside of class that day, I learned that the debates are a good way of learning about important issues in the world today.
What I want or need to know.
Questions arose in my mind as I did and learned those things this past week. Tuesday's class led me to question how I should organize my argument for the debate. At home, I was wondering how the interview with David would go and what we would discuss. When I was in the interview on Thursday, I wanted to know how the equations for the different energies were derived. Outside of class that day, I felt I needed to know both the pros and cons of ethanol in order to debate well against my opponent.
Conclusion.
With all the things I did, learned, and questioned this past week, I made the decision that making another launcher was a good choice. I was able to see how the difference of design and strategy could really affect the physical world around me. It gave me a new perspective as to how personal decisions can really affect the outcome of any situation. With the debate coming up, I've been thinking a lot about different perspectives and how they play into science and learning. I think that as we learn more and aren't lazy, our vision gets clearer and benefits us greatly.